nobody else ever think about the fact that pretty much everything we know about dinosaurs is like assumed?
Hi, it's me, Kanati. So ignore the dog hair. So technically, for a lot of stuff, yes, it is an educated guess. But um, for other things like the color and if they had feathers and certain behaviors and stuff like that, a lot of that is fact because you see it in the fossils. With one dinosaur, we even know what its butthole looks like. Not super pleasant, but at least we know. We know what a lot of dinosaurs ate because we can see the inside of their stomachs. You mentioned sound, and really there was only one study on Parasaurolophus. It's that really fun one that has the weird thing on the back of the head. But back in the 90s, paleontologists did like a little simulation to see what it would sound like if you put air through the head, and it turns out it worked. It was some kind of resonating chamber to kind of amplify the sound that it would make. But other than that, there's really nothing conclusive or peer reviewed on what a dinosaur sounds like. And yeah, we do have the the larynxes of a couple of dinosaurs. We just found one recently, but that's not going to get you the sound of what it sounded like. It's not like Jurassic Park 3 where you can just 3D print the voice box and just blow air through it and it makes a sound. That's just not how it works. But like I said, yeah, there are a lot of like educated guesses on behavior and nesting strategies and certain things like that. But for the most part, paleontologists, just based off of the fossils, can figure out a ton of different things that are actual, like, pretty close to being fact, especially the way they look. Like, let's go with Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? Because everybody thinks now, for some reason, that T-Rex had wings or had bigger arms or whatever. We have multiple specimens that were found in the ground more than 50% complete. So let's say there was one specimen, number one, that was missing its arms and missing like the back half of the body, but we found the front half of the body, right? Then we find specimen 2. Specimen 2 has all of those missing parts, but doesn't have all the parts that we had before. So then you can take those two specimens, put them together, boom, you have the exact same animal. Now that was kind of a bad analogy, but that's what happens. We have a lot of fossils of the same animal and we put them together because that's what they looked like. That'd be like grouping up a bunch of different like human skeletons and be like, did they have claws? Did they have wings? No, because we have a lot of us and we're able to find a lot of us and put the pieces back where they should be going with multiple specimens. So you're right, it is an educated guess, but it's an educated guess. It is using the science, it is using the history, the geology, all of that is coming together to a conclusion for, like, let's go with behavior stuff, right? Lecking is the thing where birds today will scratch their feet against the ground, and we have found lecking marks from dinosaurs, and that is just one trace fossil example that tells us that if we compare what these animals did to their with their ancestors, birds, which birds are just dinosaurs anyway, but they're able to figure out, oh, well, these look a lot like lecking marks. They don't look like it was like some sort of riverbed or anything like that, because again, they go through geology. They understand what the rock is supposed to look like. And so it looks a lot like some sort of mating display, that maybe a male was scratching its feet against the ground doing a cute little dance, or maybe it was trying to intimidate a rival male. That kind of stuff starts becoming the educated guess. Now, we do know that this is a lot like lecking marks that we see today with other birds, but obviously a lot bigger, but we're able to use, I can't remember the word. It's like 6 in the morning right now, but basically paleontologists do use educated guesses, but that's a good thing. It's not just like, it looks like it goes here, whatever, I don't know. It's not that. It's, we've seen the data, we've gone through the rocks, we've figured out where they live, we figure out, what the environment looked like, all of that stuff. Then we do our guess.